Welcome to part 20. Here we go. If you're watching the VOD, thanks for being here. Make sure you leave a comment at any point in the video if you like. Here we are at Saint Denis. And Dutch is waiting for us. So let's go find him. Wait a minute. Wait a minute! The professor invited you to attend the public execution of Wilson J. McDaniels by electric chair. Oh! We're not going to Dutch. We're going to watch that. Let's go. So much for starting on the main storyline. We got an electric chair to watch, folks. Hell yeah. On a rainy day, nothing better for an electric chair than a little water to make it extra conductive. I'm a man of science and you know it. He was just waiting for that rainy day. Never seen such excitement for an execution. Hey man, we went cost sunk, baby. We went through hell and back to get this guy what he needed for this electric chair. So we are gonna go attend to this in all its glory. All right, here we go.
Powerful. It takes the sinner back to God. Oh, come around. Come around. Come around. Bring the children to the front. They're about to watch history as this poor unfortunate Mr. Wilson J. McDaniels, guilty of murder, bigamy, and immoral animal husbandry, atones for his sins and future sinners through the warm, peaceful embrace of electricity. Not the savagery of a hanging or the brutality of a firing squad. No, 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 no. This is execution the way God intended it. Peacefully, calmly, and cleanly.
Execution the way God intended it. I'm sorry. Last time I checked, Moses came down the mountain with 2 fat stone tablets, of which the last line etched on tablet to the right is "Thou shalt not kill." So, well, maybe. However, I find it, again, this is the power. This is the absolute power of language. It's beautiful. This guy has a group of folks who are about to witness something that they have never seen before. This is brand new. Okay, so you got to remember, we have the hindsight knowledge of knowing what an electric chair is. These people do not. This is a completely novel concept to them. Completely novel. We know that the electric chair is not particularly humane, but they do not. So Alex Bell is presented with a key opportunity to use language to shape the expectations of the folks that watch this. If he says that this is peaceful, this is more ethical than hanging, this is how God intended, he is shaping the schema that people have about this chair and about this moment. And this guy who's going to be executed probably doesn't have the ability to describe whether it's going to be painful or not because he's going to die. So this is the power of language. These people walk away from this and they talk about how humane this thing is, right? We start to see a groundswell of support for the electric chair because people don't know any different. So I just make that point because it's easy for us to watch this and go, oh, this is going to be terrible. But these people don't know that. They've never seen this before.
There. Our subject is ready. Have you any last words, Mr. McDaniel? There. You're going to be in a better place. Stay calm. Breathe.
Stay calm?
And repent, or you will be moved to a better realm. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the calm removal of this man's existence.
Oh my god, it's not killing him?
Incredible! He's nearly dead. So humane. Oh, his life may have been troubled, but his passing is peaceful.
Don't. What are you doing? Well, you deserve that.
Somebody shoot me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Do it, Arthur. Oh my god, put the man out of his misery. Shoot him.
You don't seem overly humane to me.
I think it's mighty fine.
Oh my god, is he dead?
Oh merde!
Really? Really? Y'all are gonna come after me for this? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. So, everybody's there and attends it, and it's fine. I put the man out of his misery.
Don't try anything funny, mister. Just come
Let's
with
not
me.
be too hasty here.
Raise your hands slow.
I was justified.
All right, you win.
I got no patience for you. You're coming in now. Didn't have to go this way. You have plenty of time to think.
Hello, fellas.
Bail me out, Hosea.
Oh, you want.
This town fitting your description.
Oh, God.
Before someone sees you.
What a bro. Oh, yeah. My man. Bring in some fine spirits. That's about as well as that could have gone. I'm not even mad. I am not even mad. For fuck's sake, Fenton, right? Oh, God. I love it. I love it. All right, Dutch. Oh, that's so good. That's so good, man. Holy shit. Well, we have no, let's do the Dutch. We'll do the Dutch mission here. Hosea, thank you, brother. I really do appreciate it. That's having your back there. That's having your back. That's why I'm in the Vanderlyn gang right there. All right, let's find Jack, huh? Probably a good idea. Whole reason we were here in the first place.
Do you want to be safe? The answer is in Chelonian.
Oh man. All right.
There you are. You boys ready?
Of course. What else do you know about this guy?
Not much, just he's some slick little greasy-haired European who's clearly got power and money. Now, listen. If we go in there and start shooting up the place, boy's gonna get shot, that I guarantee. Fella like this, gonna have a lot of
Ain't
protection.
no one gonna get shot, Arthur, so everyone just relax. We'll charm them. Trust me. This the place?
That's the way.
Must be.
You okay, John?
I guess.
Excuse me, sir. We have an appointment to see Mr. Bronte.
Who are you?
You get your boss down here and now so we can talk about this like gentlemen.
Run along now, boy.
Was that the special Dutch charm I heard so much about?
Relax. I got this.
Shit hits the fan. Shit gets intense. And Dutch stays cool, calm, directive, confident. It makes all the difference, right? It makes it so much easier to hang in there on these really intense moments because Dutch stays chilled. This is when he's at his best. He is at his best in moments like this. In some ways, I admire it. Like I do admire his bold confidence in moments like this. It makes a difference. People are drawn to that energy. Rick, thank you very much. I'm watching Past VODs, by the way. Beautiful album. Well, thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see what happens here. Here we go. Nice and easy, fellas.
Boys, we come in peace. We just
Okay.
need to straighten a couple of things out with your boss.
They could just take us out right here. Surprised they don't. Amount of trouble that would be saved for folks in this town if they just killed us outright. What a fine abode you have here, sir.
Chi sono sti buffoni?
Sono qui per Picciotto.
Coi soldi?
Why do you take his son?
Excuse me.
I said, why did you take his son? We ain't got no problems with you, sir. Nor you with us. But if you want to start one, there's gonna be a lot of folks dead in this room before it's done.
So, you walk into my city, stinking of shit and looking like this, and you come into my house before you have a bath and you tell me how to act?
Got a
You
point.
ask me to show compassion. Have I not shown you almost infinite compassion already by simply allowing you to breathe in my presence?
Indeed you have.
Yeah.
Now, we are simple country folk. All we have is each other. And you have gone and you have took his son over some dispute with some inbred ex-slavers.
I'm sorry to pause a cutscene, but what Dutch just did there is super important. Body language and leveling, very important. You see hierarchies and false hierarchies in people's body language. Dutch standing, looking down at that man in his own house, absolutely active aggression. Dutch backing up and sitting down in the chair and leveling himself out with that guy, hugely important, because now all of a sudden he's not going to be passively perceived as threatening in making these requests. We came in a little too strong in this, and I think Dutch is realizing that through the show of force that this guy had. So Dutch is backing down and leveling this out. He's playing it cool. He's staying calm. He's talking through. He's staying confident, right? Very, very, very key move that he made there. And these are the types of things that you look out for when you're observing systems and families and stuff like that, because that kind of knowledge of how to use your body to create hierarchies and power in relational interactions, very important. The most obvious one being with children. Level yourself out when you make requests or when you explain something to them. You're very intimidating when you stand over a child. It's evolutionary.
Ain't got nothing to do with any one of us.
You had nothing to do with destroying the liquor business!
We was innocent bystanders. And that which we weren't innocent of, well, we most surely were ignorant of.
Oh my God.
You twist words, you lie shamelessly. You think you are better than everyone else. Ti adoro.
Oh, wow.
Arthur Morgan.
Wow.
The pleasure is mine.
John Marston.
All mine, please.
So, can my friend have his son?
Of course, of course.
But what do we got to do for you?
But should I be out of pocket over a misunderstanding? Of course I know you would not want that, huh?
No.
No. So, how about this? You perform a simple job for me, and you get your son back.
What is it?
A couple of people have taken to grave robbing in this cemetery.
Well, that is a fine place for it, the best.
I love this guy. I love you. See, they've taken not only to desecrating the dead, but they've done so without paying a tribute to the living. Thing is, they see my men, of course they run a mile. So maybe you two head off, huh? And you, Mr. Van der Linde, you tell me more about my manners. Salute.
Salute.
Okay, I love that. Bullshitter recognizes bullshitter. It's great, right? It's fabulous. The guy knows what's up. He's also probably he either is playing 4D chess, is going to absolutely get one over on Dutch here, because he understands that to stroke Dutch's ego is to stroke Dutch's ego as an outsider of the Vanderlyn gang is to deconstruct Dutch. It is to neutralize his power. Okay, do not underestimate the importance of that guy realizing that Dutch is a guy that you have got to blow up his ego, because Dutch is more likely to go along with something if he believes that a person is in admiration of him. He starts to get a little bit goofy when that happens. And if that guy's playing his cards right, he's absolutely leveraging that. And by being somebody who seems to have some form of similar process, if he's self-reflective enough to understand what that would mean for him, he can use what he knows about his own weaknesses to exploit Dutch. So if I'm Dutch, I got to be aware of that. I have to be aware of that. And I hope he is, because he could get one pulled over on him real easy if this guy keeps playing up his ego and making it seem like his charisma absolutely got him in the door. Dutch lets his guard down when that happens. It doesn't make it go up. So that's also that moment where Dutch said no, maybe my favorite moment of the game so far. That was so perfectly written. Oh my God. No.
Grave robbers? You think he's taking us for a fool?
No idea. What choice do we have?
We got plenty of choice.
I guess. This is idiotic.
We're doing what we got to do, John. You want your son back or not?
You know where the cemetery is?
I think so. Pretty sure I rode by it earlier. It's real impressive.
You know, you did good holding your tongue in there.
Do you trust one word that comes out of that bastard's mouth? We don't even know where Jack is.
Listen, we found Bronte. We got in there. Dutch is with him now. All things considered, it could have gone a lot worse.
That poor kid. I ain't been a good father to him. I hope he's okay.
He'll be fine. I figure the Braithwaites were going to hold Jack ransom for all the money we cost him. They must have sent him here so we couldn't get to him. But Bronte knows by now there's no Braithwaites left to pay him. Jack ain't much use to him anymore. Let's just get this done and let Dutch handle the rest.
I just hope you're right.
See, this is where I don't think we can undercut just how intelligent and smart that Arthur is. This is why Arthur carries a lot of power in the group. His ability to understand process is huge. Like, I don't know that anybody else in the group besides maybe Dutch or Hosea or one of the ladies would be able to articulate that process well enough. And that process and his articulation of that calms John down. Now, John is very interesting for me in this because I'm getting a sense that John is a little bit mixed here. On one hand, I think John sees this as a potential redemptive arc for him because he hasn't been a great father. He hasn't been super present for Jack. Probably to a point that Jack doesn't even necessarily consider him a father. We certainly don't get a sense that Abigail does. But also, I think in some ways for John, Jack is for him a inconvenience. It is something that being a parent highlights some incompetency that John has. And John seems to always be vying for a little bit of a say in this group. So there may have been some part of John that was relieved when Jack got taken, because it took the burden off of him having to put the effort into whatever he conceptualized as being a good parent was going to be. And so we don't see as strong of an urgency from John after the initial burst of, oh my God. And I think we're seeing that dissonance inside of him. I want to redeem myself because I want to look good for the group. I want to look good for Abigail, for Arthur, for the people who have judged this. But also, I don't know that being a parent is something that I want, and having my child essentially be taken away from me, circumstances that weren't by any fault of my own per se, was kind of relieving. So I'm not in a huge hurry to find him. But he's not going to be able to say that. John says that it's going to get him cast out of the group. It's going to make him look like a terrible father. So he is in a bind. But if you're a parent whose child has been taken away and you're told that you can go do this grave robber shit, John, you would think, would be the first one to hop on his horse and go, let's go, let's do it. But John's expressing this like hesitance to do this stuff that you generally wouldn't see if you had a parent trying to chase after whoever stole their kid. And parents in chat right now or watching this know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's kind of my read on this in terms of what's going on for John.
Okay, I think this is it. Keep it down. Let's hitch your horses up ahead.
Yeah, Abigail would have lit the place up. Absolutely. And I wouldn't blame her. What the fuck are you doing, John? Why did we hop that fence? Only to walk back out. What are you doing? What a gloomy evening.
This way. Come on. Let's find him and get the hell out of here. Keep it down. Don't want him to bolt on us.
Shut up, John.
Darn shithole. Can't believe we're doing this.
I know, but he won't care once we get the boy back.
That bastard better keep his word.
See, you hear that? You hear how everybody's kind of trying to will some care into John?
Place is starting to make my skin crawl. Hey, did you hear that?
Oh, I heard it, John.
Hey there, boy.
What's up, feller? How you going, boy?
Let's keep going. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a bit to drink. Our friend died.
I'm sorry, man.
They can hear us, you know. They're still with us.
You should get yourself home.
Oh, man. Poor guy. Just trying to grieve his friend. Man, it's a huge graveyard. Oh, what have we here? In the mausoleum, huh?
Get in cover, and we'll bust the door in.
You boys found my puppies, watching. Damn it!
How many you see?
Come on, let's get the hell out of here.
Go to the ground, Morgan.
You should have paid Mr. Bronte. Bastards are trying to draw us out.
Jesus.
Picked the right night for it. I got their fabulous watch right here. Waking you people up.
No doubt.
Holy crap, I cannot shoot tonight.
Hardly see what I'm shooting at. I can think of better ways to spend an evening.
Next time, touch you go.
Where the hell is this guy? Oh, shit!
Take that.
I'm fine.
I think that's all.
Nobody knocks my hat off me.
All right. Now let's find their stash. Gotta be around here someplace.
Okay, but we'll need to be quick.
We can't go back to Bronte empty-handed. Let's have a look where they first shot at us from.
Robbing grave robbers, we've hit the big time.
It's true. I am no better than these men right now. Thank you, fellas. Oh, jeez. I don't even...
Let's quickly check that spot where it all...
I'm going, John. Just chill. I'm going. Alright.
We can't go back to Bronte with nothing to show for it, Arthur.
Understood, John. I don't know where the hell this thing is.
Think there might be something in here. Got it.
Good. Now let's get out of here.
I agree. Oh, boy.
Let's go. Maybe we can get out that gate. It's locked. We'll have to go back the way we came. Damn it.
Follow John. Follow John out. All right. I'm with you, John. You take the lead, brother.
There's someone coming. Hide.
I found a body. Looks fresh. Still bleeding. Must just been killed. They're still here.
Don't turn left. Don't turn left. Ah, good. All right.
with me.
I'm with you, John. Good leadership, buddy. Oh shit. John. We gotta go, buddy. Go, John. Maybe don't run under lights. Perfect. Don't go right. That's exactly what we needed. Ready, John? Let's go. Go.
Come on, quick. Let's get back to Dutch.
Well, it's lucky I ain't a religious man.
Let's just get back there. Collect our side of the deal.
You all right?
He'd best not be playing games with us.
He almost certainly is. But let's just see. Keep your head. Act normal. Who the hell do you think you were here?
Act normal. What the hell even is normal? Alright, Dutch's horse is still there, so he's here.
So, you were saying?
How's he even gonna know we did what he asked?
I got a feeling most things are...
Come on, Arthur.
Man, I love these horse hitching posts. Those are nice.
What are you doing? Let's go get Jack.
I'm coming, John. Jesus.
Well, you took your time.
Jack,
where's your host?
Like I said, you took your time.
I'm glad to see you.
Let's get going. What a fine man. Hey, friend, thank Mr. Bronte
You all
for
right?
everything.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Come on.
You know, Arthur, Mr. Bronte has invited us to a garden party at the mayor's house. And us, just simple country boys.
So Jack's just fine? It looks like they took okay care of him. Something's up. There's no way this was this easy.
Let's go. We have a new camp set up, Jack. You're gonna love it.
What are we doing, boys? What are we doing?
This is the right way.
Yeah, I don't either, Dutch.
Let's get this boy back to his mother.
You sure you're okay, son?
I'm fine. Papa Bronte said you'd come for me.
I'm sorry.
What for?
For that. For taking so long.
I had a fun time. I had my own room with a big bed and a toy box. And lots of books.
Did they do anything to you?
Have you ever had spaghetti?
What's that?
It's food. It looks like worms, but it's delicious.
Is that right?
Papa Bronte teach me lots of Italian words.
Don't call him that, please.
You know, caballo? That means horse. And pantafola? That's a slipper.
A slipper?
They gave me 2 pairs. One for day and one for night.
Well, I'm just glad you're all right.
Oh.
Okay, so this is actually huge. This is where we talk about adults needing to be very careful not to make their sensibilities a child's problem. Well, it sounds like they took good care of him. And I also want to use this as an opportunity to illustrate maybe some attachment here. Jack was not distressed being separated from his primary caregivers, so far as we can tell. He doesn't show significant relief either when John shows up. He's just sort of like, okay. And that tends to be indicative of a ambivalent or dismissive attachment style. Meaning that because John, and maybe even Abigail in some ways, haven't been consistent and reliable enough for Jack, Jack had to learn to meet his own needs. He's learned that he can't rely on all times for his parents to be there for him. And in childhood, you usually get a marker of what a child's attachment style is by what happens when they're separated from their caregivers. And Jack essentially being indifferent to it. It shows that there's a potential there that he's ambivalent. So now take this moment here, and all the adults here could actually create, I don't want to call it a trauma, but they could overly distress Jack here by suggesting that he should have been overly distressed. Jack was fine. Jack's like, they took good care of me. I had a toy box. I had a bed. I had slippers. I got taught new words. I'm good. So if the adults here act weird and get really intense, they could scare Jack. When in reality, Jack has not processed this as a trauma as far as we can tell. Right? It's not a good idea to inject adult sensibility into children. You have to listen to how children react to certain things like this, and Jack was okay. We can talk about it amongst ourselves as the adults, but we got to be careful not to make Jack be freaked out by this. At the same time, we also don't want to reinforce that strangers are always cool, right? Like that's another thing. Like if Jack also looks at this and goes, wow, if I get kidnapped, it'll be fun. That's not great either. It's a balance.
Yes, I had the best time, but I can't wait to see Mama.
I had the best time.
She sure did. Like you wouldn't know.
Right, Jack doesn't know why he was there. Jack doesn't understand the inner workings of the Vanderlyn gang. Doesn't know any of that. But the attachment piece to this, I think, is the key part of understanding this, right? Like, you get a lot of insight into not just the attachment style of a child, but you get insight into parenting styles and what parents are doing by how children react when the parents are absent or when they're taken from their parents or their parents leave. Jack seems to be completely indifferent.
You had a nice night then?
Most enjoyable. Well, the man's an intolerable blowhard, but he stocks a fine bar. How did you fellers get on? Any problems?
A whole heap of them. We about doubled the population of that graveyard.
You know, I thought I heard gunshots, but the gramophone was playing.
Unbelievable.
Hey, they're back! I think I see Jack!
Abigail! Abigail! We got you, your son, everything!
We got him!
Mama!
He's fine!
I'm fine, Mama. They fed me good Italian food. Did you ever eat that?
Come here, you silly boy. You got him. You got my son back. Dutch, Arthur, thank you. Thank you.
Looking in John's face, Abigail says, you got my son back. And then says, thank you, Dutch, and thank you, Arthur. Oh, baby. If that doesn't tell you where Abigail is. Wow. John is iced out. Woof. Now, this is tricky because different people have different values about whether a child should have parents both present in their life. And if Abigail perceives John to be a legitimate threat to Jack's well-being, not out of personal spite for him, but because she thinks that John's lack of reliability is a detriment to Jack's experience, her creating that split in front of Jack is not necessarily a bad thing. But this gets really tricky because Jack is going to hear that kind of thing. And he doesn't have the sophistication and understanding of language and abstract concepts of relationship dynamics to understand just how much context goes into Abigail saying my child. But he's going to hear that in some kind of way that separates Abigail from John. So it could be adaptive for her to say this. But she has to be careful because if she's saying that because out of spite for John, when in reality, John is showing up now in a way that is meaningful and good for Jack and allows for some extra stability in Jack's life, her creating that split is not necessarily healthy for Jack. I don't know which one is the right way to go, but that's a very powerful message to send. You got to be real careful as a parent saying shit like that in front of your kids. You really do. Especially if you're trying to create a cohesive parenting relationship, whether you are still together or not. But damn if that doesn't give us insight into how she feels about him. Oh, and that's intentional. It doesn't get much more intentional than that. To look John in the eye and say that, and to look over at Dutch and Arthur and say thank you directly. Wow.
I got my son back!
Jack. How are you, boy?
I'm fine, thanks.
Everything's okay now. Abigail?
Can I go play now?
So,
Well, we met Mr. Bronte. He is quite a character.
is he now?
You ever meet an Italian strong man before?
Not outside of a circus.
Well, let me tell you all about him. John, you go be with your family. Arthur, thank you.
Boys, we got some work to do. Interesting work. But first, let's have a drink. We got Jack back!
Well, the boy's safe, thank goodness.
Thank you, Arthur. I don't know how to say it. Thank you.
I understand. Come on. Do as Dutch says. Go be with your family.
Huh. A little mixed on this one. I don't know that I'm a huge fan of everybody just telling John to go be with his family. For a couple reasons. One, I think people are missing out on an opportunity to listen to John and be empathic. I understand that John doesn't necessarily have the full language to be able to describe his experience, but still, I think the group would do well to hear John out instead of just giving him a directive. I also think that that is indicative of not seeing Abigail as important. Dutch and Arthur saying, John, go be with your family, is not taking into account Abigail's experience. Abigail has some very real emotional boundaries with John. Had physical ones, but now that they're in proximity to each other, very clear emotional boundaries. And the group influence on John to just go be with his family may actually run counter to Abigail's boundaries. And I think in some ways, Abigail does have a legitimate reason to have these boundaries with John. John has admitted himself that he has been absent and he has not been present in the way that he should be. So these are things that John needs to figure out. John needs to show the investment and the interest if he's going to get here. And John shouldn't be doing these things just because the group tells him to do them. John needs to actually sit down and ask himself what is important. I do not believe that Abigail has to invite John in here, especially if she does not consider John to be a safe person to have around. I don't know enough about the context of their relationship, but I don't think it's fair for us to put the onus of this on Abigail. I do think if Abigail wants John to be an effective co-parent with her, if she does believe that John has the potential, I do think she does have to lean in a little bit. She does have to lean in a little bit. But because John has generally been the one that is most absent, it is on him to make that effort. John keeps having to be pushed in the direction of being available to Jack. A emotionally absent John is not going to be good for Jack to have around. I believe parents have the right to be available to their kids if they are actually invested and interested in being good parents. If parents shouldn't have the right to just be around their kids just because, like if you're an abusive parent, if you're a neglectful parent, I don't believe you should just be allowed to just always be around your kid just because they're your kid. And I know that might be a somewhat controversial thing to say, but kids deserve investment from their parents. They deserve for you to give them effort because they do not ask to be there. So if you're going to do this, John, you need to either decide that you're committed to making an effort for your son, or you need to be very clear that you want nothing to do with him and adhere to the boundaries that Abigail has for you. And that's for him and Abigail to negotiate as co-parents. It is not for anybody else in this group to tell him to do. Which is why I do not like Arthur and Dutch saying to him, go be with your family. John's trying to express what's going on for him, and Arthur's just like, no, go. Go be by Abigail. Go violate Abigail's boundaries. It would be ideal if John had space to talk about what's going on for him so he can make a decision that's best for him and his son. Good luck clipping that one, Sean.
He's back, all right. Hey, make some room for...
Well, Jack's going to feel it over time, Shelbs. Right, like he's going to say when he gets to be older, my father was never available for me. Right? Like if John is not in this, if John does not want to be Jack's dad, John is better off being separate from Jack than half-assing it. I'm not kidding. Kids deserve investment from their parents and guardians. John did say at one point he didn't believe Jack was biological son at first. Does that explain any of his behavior? It could. Yeah, no, me too, Joms. I'm not reading that. Like John's interaction with Arthur is because he doesn't know how to express his emotions. That I understand. What I'm saying, is that John has routinely had to be pushed to be present for his kid. So at some point, John has to decide that that's what he wants. Not to do it for image and whatnot. So no, yeah, when John said I don't know how to say it, yeah, he was trying to express like gratitude and like a vulnerable moment to Arthur, and he doesn't have the language for it. I'm completely in agreement with that.
Hey, how about a song, huh? Javier, play us away.
De la sierra morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. De la sierra morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo los corazones. Ese lunar que tiene cielito lindo junto a la boca, no se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Ese lunar que tiene cielito lindo junto a la boca, no se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque... Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo los corazones.
Hooray! All right, let's give this boy a bit of space.
See you later.
Good to have you back, Jackie. We missed you.
Cuando salí de Hermosillo,
Thanks.
lágrimas vine llorando, y con la flor del trompillo.
You must be starving, son. Let me get you something to eat.
Thanks, Mama. Can I play a little?
Of course you can.
Well done, John.
Couldn't have done it without Dutch and Arthur.
The old guard. I'm very relieved. We all are.
Yeah. Thank God it worked out.
Welcome back, Jack.
Thanks, Uncle Hosea.
Well, I'll let you fine folks get reacquainted. How are you, Mary Beth?
Work to be done, Miss Gaskell.
Hello, Charles.
Good to see you.
How are you, Mary Beth?
Feathers.
Tahiti, dear boy. Tahiti.
If you say so.
Mangoes, maidens, paradise, an unspoiled paradise.
Yeah, I hope so.
Faith, Arthur. Have a little faith.
I think so. Tell us again. Sure. So I got caught doing something or other. I was just a kid, 17, 18, long before I met Dutch. I was really an orphan. Anyway, I got caught by some hill country sheriff stealing a chicken, I think it was. And he decided I was going to be hanged for it.
For a chicken?
Yes. Only some folks thought it was unfair. And at the hanging, there was a riot. They went to lynch me.
Boring bastard.
Someone I never saw, he shot the rope clean through. Instead, they hanged the sheriff. And I got away with nothing more than a sore neck.
Well, was you scared?
Absolutely petrified.
Well, fair enough.
Miss Grimshaw.
Come on.
So good to have you
Let's
back.
leave him and play a minute.
Thanks, Uncle Arthur.
And to see a smile on your mama's face again. Look after that kid.
Oh, I will.
He's a brave boy.
Darling?
Oh,
You're in a good mood.
I'm just happy to have the boy back safe.
Ain't nobody ever gonna take him again. I swear. So, I was thinking, maybe it would be a little easier for me to keep an eye on him if we all stayed together. You know, in my room.
You mean like a normal family?
Look around you. Ain't nothing normal about any of this. Take this fella for one.
Man don't just change like the wind, Abigail. I thought you'd have known that by now.
Don't mind me, folks.
There's some folks change, and others is just too dumb.
You just gonna walk away? Abigail, answer the man. What are you, how does this? What are you doing?
Time for bed. Say goodnight to everyone. Good night. Good night, everyone. Don't stay up too late.
And maybe there is damnation. But I think I know what that'll be like. And I'm gonna be right at home there.
Come on, Kieran, join in. Oh, no, I'm okay. Thank you. I'll just watch.
Oh man, this is a little weird that Jack's gonna sleep in this bed given what we know about what happened in this bed before. Don't mind me. I'm not being creepy or anything. All right. Well. Well, I don't really know what to make of that other than it's just really frustrating that John attempted to have that conversation and it didn't really go anywhere. Also, deferring out to me was a little bit annoying. Then again, I was standing right there looking at them while they were trying to have an intimate conversation, so I can totally understand why maybe they wouldn't have it there. I really see that as I really see that as John doing his best to bring in some vulnerability and try to make amends with Abigail. John, and I don't think it's fair for us to expect that John be super articulate. He's not. And so recognizing sometimes intention behind how people convey themselves is really important. Understanding people's communication styles, their ability to convey thoughts clearly is an important piece of being able to fully get it with folks. So John initiating that conversation and doing his best there, you would hope that Abigail could kind of take that into account of like, John, this is John making an effort. Would it be nice if he was a little more forward, a little more direct? Absolutely. Those are skills that can be taught. But because they don't have anybody available to them to teach that skill to him, we kind of have to take it for what it is. But we can, again, this is a complex issue. This issue with John, Abigail, and Jack is a very, very complex issue because John was absent. John did make some decisions that got him in trouble. John was part of the party that burned down the plantation and got Jack stolen. I think Abigail has every right to be angry, but I do think Abigail has the right to be angry at more than just John. She could be mad at Dutch and me and everybody else, right? Like, us celebrating Jack's return shouldn't be an override necessarily of the circumstances that led to Jack getting taken in the first place. So there's so much here in terms of, like, you know, is John making amends going to be good for Jack? Is Abigail allowing John in good for Jack? Are boundaries better for Jack? Is John being vulnerable a good thing? Is it enough to override some of the harm he maybe has caused? We don't see Jack being averse to John. Jack doesn't flinch. He doesn't get scared. He does, like, nothing like that, which suggests to me that the interactions he's had with John up until this point are fine. So Abigail is more the person that's judged him to be problematic, I think. Again, we don't have all the context for this, but there's no simple answer to this. Like, if you're in the camp of, like, John, Abigail, and Jack should be together no matter what, I don't think that's any more healthy than Abigail and Jack should be on their own and John should have nothing to do with him. I don't think either of those is necessarily the right answer without as much information as possible. The hope would be that we could work with the three of them, particularly the two of them, Abigail and John, to figure out the circumstance that is best for Jack, because the kid takes priority. When you choose to have a kid, the kid is more important than your relationship. If you don't want your kid to be more important than your relationship, don't have a kid. Don't have the sex that creates the kid. Like, having a child is a consequence of an action. It's an automatic override of your relational well-being. Also, I want to take this as an opportunity, chat, to say thank you for being here. I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me while I'm live. It means the world to me that you do that. If you're watching the VOD, thank you for watching the VOD. Thanks for making it to part 20. If you ever want to join us live, I'm live at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time every day except for Mondays. If you haven't already, please take a second to like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, set it to all. All my other links are in the description for TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and all that fun stuff. Those of you that support the stream financially, whether it's through a membership by hitting the join button or whether it is through a tip by using the link down in the description, I just want to let you know that your financial support means a lot to me, especially if I'm not live while you offer it. So thank you for the renewals and, you know, flipping a few bucks my way. It makes a huge difference for the stream and the production value of it. It's never required, but always appreciated. So thank you. I appreciate all of you being here and supporting my content no matter which way you do it.
Old Arthur.
Miss Karen?
The strong, silent, manly one of us.
You're drunk.
This ain't drunk, Arthur.
It smells drunk.
Well, then don't smell it, you stuck-up piece of shit. God damn you.
Take it easy, Miss Karen.
Is all that matters. We had faith, and we made it. We are gonna make it. We have a plan.
Do we?
My friends. My loved ones. A plan. It is a real plan.
What? Go eat mangoes in Tahiti? Is that what you got? I don't know about y'all, but I ain't heard a plan.
We are gonna leave this place, and we are gonna find our own paradise, our own heaven, Tahiti.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is, wow.
New world, not this godforsaken dump that all of Europe's detritus has acted out its vengeance on.
We are gonna be free! Free.
Yes, we are, Dutch! That's right, boss.
Too right, Dutch.
Well, if that ain't poetic, I've got a plan! And then lightning and thunder ensues. Jeez. And then he just walks away. All right, we're going to Tahiti. Going to Fiji. Going on what? The $450 boat that I bought all the way back by roads? That's that. Just chaotic energy all the way around.
You fellas certainly know how to have fun, Mr. Arthur.
Sure.
If I had stayed with O'Driscoll, you'd probably killed me by now. You ever think of that?
We'd have both died. At 6 Points cabin.
Yes. That's true. Oh, brother, I'm really drunk.
Fortune favors those who look out for their own.
All right, that's it. Storm's go. Oh no, it's okay. It's still here.
Is that right? Sure is. But the problem with you, Williamson, is that you're all talk. All talk, huh? Shit.
You alright?
We should probably get inside, friends.
What's wrong, Arthur?
Oh, nothing. Sorry, pal. I didn't realize you was sleeping right there. I guess I gotta go upstairs. The hell you doing, Micah? Oh, Dutch. How you doing, brother? Where the hell is my room? How the hell do I sleep? I don't want to shave. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Oh my God. Thank you. Get ourselves some shut-eye. Okay, that storm was a little intense. Ah. 3 hours later. Ooh, what is this?
My dear Arthur, I hope this letter finds you well. It seems Jamie may have escaped from the clutches of the Chelonians. So perhaps it was for the best that you didn't go causing trouble on my behalf. Oh, Arthur, you're very wise. I, on the other hand, have made such a mess of my life, time and again. Why can I not change and be the woman I want to be? Why couldn't you change and be a man and put down all those fantasies that shroud your judgment? Life is very confusing, and I see now that I'm not very good at it. I am afraid we've got ourselves into another mess. It's not my fault, but I need your help. I hate so to ask, but I have nobody else. I'm staying at the Hotel Grand in Saint Denis. Oh, Arthur, I know it is wrong to ask you, but
I'm gonna do it anyway.
alone.
Oh
And
my
for what
God.
we once had together,
Oh my God.
I beg of you,
Oh my God.
even though I am ashamed to do so. Yours, Mary.
Oh my God. You know, it's just, this Mary stuff is tough because on one hand, I understand she needs help, right? If she's in a bind and she needs help and you try, I mean, imagine that, chat. Like, put yourself in her position for a second. You have an issue. Nobody in your current circle is willing to help or can help. There's one person you know that you could reach out to that you have a history with that's not particularly great, where it is a lot to ask. Maybe you do it. Who knows what this is? What I appreciate in this letter, as frustrating as it is to get, it's a little different than the first one in the sense that she's now injected some empathy into this letter. She has acknowledged that this is a big ask, that she doesn't really have a right to ask. She even respected the fact that I said no in the first time and acknowledged that maybe that was the right decision. So, as somebody who believes in personal growth and in understanding the dynamic that you have with certain people, Mary's acknowledgement of that to me is a bit more of an invite. I'm willing to take her up and listen to what she has to say here. Now, if she tries to continue to leverage this past we never had, that's not cool. But if she legitimately has an issue that's not requiring me to over-triangulate myself and she's really in distress and she takes ownership of the way that she's acting and is realistic about the type of relationship that we can have going forward, I'm a little more willing to take the call. So I'm going to go see what's up. I don't like that she only reaches out when she needs help. It's not great, but I can take a flyer. I don't have to do what she asks just because I go talk to her, right? The last time she had us do this, we went over to her and we said no. We had the ability to say no. So I'm inclined to do that again if she's pulling on too many strings. And I want to see what Arthur's reaction to this is.
My head.
Hey.
But yeah, you don't really want to be a person that only reaches out to another person when you need help. It doesn't set a good tone. So let's go see what she's got. For those who don't know who Mary is a former love interest of Arthur's. And she, from what I understand, she broke up with him because she didn't like the fact that he was rolling with the Vanderlyn gang. And I can respect that. Jenny, what's the matter, girl?
You good, girl?
Be interesting to see what she asks. What's the difference between helping Mary and helping another stranger that you've met in the game? Mary and I have a past, and Mary is leveraging the emotional tie that Arthur had to her in order to ask for help. She's basically trying to have her cake and eat it too. She set a boundary with Arthur, said, I don't want you involved in my life. I don't want to have you around. But then whenever she needs help, she reaches out and breaks that boundary and says, hey, Arthur, I know that you have interest in me, so come help me, out of a sense that maybe if Arthur helps her, he can get with her. And that's not a real fair piece of leverage. So one of the things that we talked about back in Chapter 2 when we originally said no to her is that Arthur does have a decision to make here. He can set a boundary with her and maintain a boundary that's healthy for him, which is for him to say, you know what? I don't really much appreciate you asking for help from me given our past, and I'm not going to get myself involved in your affairs if that's the thing you're going to try to leverage in order to get me involved. She was not very self-reflective of that back in Chapter 2, but her reflection in the letter of saying, I know I really shouldn't be asking for this. This is really hard for me to do. I'm more willing to take a flyer on this, and it's my choice to do so. I'm not doing this out of any sense of obligation to Mary. I'm not doing this because I'm trying to get back with her. I know what my boundaries and convictions are, and I'm willing to make a reasonable decision based on the information that I get. I could leave her hanging. I could absolutely make that decision. But she showed some growth in that letter. So, as of somebody who believes in that, you know, I don't want to turn her down here. But I might have to. I might have to reject her request, depending on what she asks me to do. Yeah, this is not gaslighting in any way, shape, or form. Gaslighting is a long-term manipulative act to get somebody to deny their own convictions, eyes and ears. What Mary's doing here is not gaslighting. I see the word gaslighting in chat, so I want to make sure that that's clear. Not even remotely close. Manipulative? Yeah, we could maybe make that argument, but not gaslighting. Gaslighting and manipulation are not the same thing. All right, let's see what she's got.
Arthur! Arthur! Up here! You came!
Yeah, I came. So, what do you need?
Wait there! I'm coming straight down!
Sirs, get the hell out of here. Yeah, thank you.
Arthur,
Hello, Mary.
You came.
Sorry I didn't make it when last you wrote.
No, you're not.
Arthur.
You aren't sorry about that.
What's wrong?
Daddy.
Your father? I'm a bigger fool than I even
Ha!
thought.
I'm begging you, Arthur. I know Daddy was not kind to you, but surely you cannot hate a man for the sin of loving his daughter
God.
and wanting better for her
Oh, God.
than
And me?
Oh, God.
than the choices you
What
make.
choice did I have? Did I ever have?
Oh, I know. You had to live by your code. But your code is... well, it's not right.
Has your way been right, Mary? With you? And Jamie joining a bunch of crazies? And hypocritical daddy with his drinking and whoring and gambling? Huh? Is that what a pure life has gotten you? Begging me for help?
Oh, Arthur. Be kind to me. Please.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a big no from me, dog.
I should have asked someone else. But
But I'm the best guy you know at frightening decent people.
it wasn't that I didn't love you.
No. Nope. Nope. Nope.
know
Nope.
that.
Nope. Nope. No.
Oh, Arthur. We were so very young. Think how different life could have been.
Yeah, I think about it. A lot. It all seems so long ago and far away now.
Will you help me try to save Daddy?
No. No. No.
Please. You can't.
No. Oh. I'm trying to think of how to even put this into words. Like, what Molly is not empathic toward, clearly, is Arthur's experience of all of this. And I think that's what is most unsettling to me. There's very little respect for Arthur's experience of the relationship, of the breakup, of talking to her now. And, you know, this is what makes these types of relationships tricky. When there is interest in a person that goes beyond a platonic friendship, which in this case there very much was, that changes the dynamic of the relationship whether you want it to or not. As soon as somebody catches feelings, that's what you have to work with. You can't pretend that that's not happening. In fact, that tends to lead to more problems. So when you make a decision to set a boundary with a person, for whatever the reason, you are never under obligation to reciprocate a relationship with somebody who's interested in you. Ever. Whatever your reasoning is for not doing that is totally okay. Even if you do it when you like them back, which it seems like Mary did, or at least is how she's trying to explain it in hindsight. However, when you set that boundary with somebody, it is not fair to leverage the extra interest that that person has in the relationship to have a person do things for you that they would not otherwise do if they were not emotionally invested in you. That is unfair. That is disrespectful to a person, and that is over leveraging that person's investment in the relationship. Now, that person absolutely is within their right to set boundaries with you when that happens, but it's a very chaotic thing to do, to say, I'm not interested in you in that way, but please, I'm going to invite you in just a little bit farther than I might other people. I'm going to build you up just enough that you will do stuff for me. It takes two people to tango, but she has power here. Given that Arthur's emotionally invested in her. And with that power comes responsibility for the relational dynamic that you're trying to facilitate. This is why I do not like what she's doing. And so, in the spirit of maintaining a boundary for myself, again, given the fact that Mary is leveraging all of the past and the what ifs and every fantasy that Arthur has entertained up until this very moment, since the day she said she couldn't do this, we're saying no. And I don't give a shit what their dialogue option is in the game. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. The thing I care about is making the right decision here. That means missing out on an entire part of the game. I don't care. I'm not about to make a decision that is in counter to me holding myself in high regard and into maintaining my integrity because of a what if. And I don't think any of us should ever do that. Everything in my body in this moment is saying absolutely not. And if you want to, and if you want to say, well, wow, Jesus, Dr. Mick, get over your grudge. I don't have to. This is a consequence of Mary's actions. Mary decided that she didn't want to be with me. This is a consequence of making that decision. I'm not being a shitty person here because of that. You had an opportunity and you chose not to for whatever the reason. So if you're going to tell me that you made that decision despite the fact that you liked me back, I don't have to agree with it. But I'm going to set a boundary now. You bet your ass. No, I wouldn't, Iceman.
Came all this way.
You came all this way. No.
I can't, Mary. Just like you couldn't marry me, and I couldn't change, and so on and so forth. I just cannot.
Okay.
Your father was horrible to me. I ain't gonna be his nursemaid.
I understand. Be well, Arthur. I've really missed you, you know.
I've missed you for a long time. But it's done now.
Okay. I wish somehow it weren't.
Be well, Mary.
Nope. Nope. No way. Coincidentally, this is the thing, man. This is where this stuff gets so messy. Arthur being a man of boundaries, a man of conviction, a man of integrity, is probably what's attractive. Like, the very thing that's creating distance in their relationship is the thing that she's probably attracted to. If she's attracted to it, she's like, holy shit, he's actually got like integrity now. He's got boundaries. The man's got values. He's got a lived life. He's got wisdom. That's hot. Like, ugh. But the thing is, we didn't know what she was going to ask for. I thought that there would be maybe a little bit more contrition there. Again, I was willing to take the flyer on that because I didn't know what she was going to ask. If she was in trouble, then maybe, right? Because she's somebody that I care about, obviously. But when I show up there and she says, I want you to help my father who treated you like shit. No. Absolutely not. That is over leveraging the relationship, as far as I'm concerned. You know, if I show up there and she says, Arthur, I'm in trouble. I have been, I don't know, I got involved in some shit I shouldn't have got involved in. Or I got behind on some money and I need some help. Or I'm trying to figure out how to be a better, I don't know. But if it was about her, I might be a little bit more willing to work on it because it's about us. But if she's going to sit there and try to get me to help her father, who is a piece of shit to me, that's also not okay. And she's trying to get me into doing this through guilt trip. And I don't respect that at all. That's your battle to fight. He's your dad. You deal with it. Again, this is the stuff that had you chosen to be in a relationship with me, I'd be willing to show up for. But you made a decision not to allow us to be together. She also hasn't come out and outright said, I'd like to be together now. And even if she did, I don't know that I could trust it because she's doing it under the context of, I need something from you. Now, if Mary had reached out, so here's the other thing, chat. Here's the other thing. This is why I'm so adamant about this. She could have sent the first letter to us. Let's say after her husband died. Let's say when her husband died. She grieves it a little bit, and then she sends a letter and says, hey, Arthur, husband recently died. I've been thinking about you a lot. I was actually thinking about you during the marriage. I was wondering if we could get coffee. We could get a drink together. We just meet and catch up and talk about what happened. I'm okay with that. To me, if I mean, I could say no to that, but if I go, yeah, absolutely, I'll take you up on that. And then we reestablish a connection. It becomes about us. It becomes about, even if we don't become an intimate relationship, maybe it's a friendship. Maybe it's, we had a lot invested in each other. I want to know how well you're doing. We talk regularly. We write notes back and forth. We care about benign things in each other's lives. Then all of a sudden we have a moment like this where she says, hey, Arthur, I've been really seeing some shit go down with my dad. I really need your help. Would you mind helping? Yeah, absolutely. Because we've established something. But if you're going to come out of the blue, just completely out of the blue, and try to over leverage the relationship to get me to get involved in some of your own affairs, I don't want anything to do with that, because now it's not about us. It's not about you caring about me. It's not about me caring. It's you trying to say, you know what, I'm desperate, and because there's some remnant of emotional connection to me because I left you hanging back then, or again, as is her prerogative, it's not fair for her to make that ask of Arthur. It's just not. And you have to know your worth and integrity in a moment like this. Decide for yourself, you know what? Boundaries are the way. I'm not going to do this. I don't like Arthur saying I can't do it. He could do it. I would prefer it if Arthur said, I'm not going to do it. You have to stop asking me stuff like this. This is not okay. You don't get to leverage what we could have had. So that's, again, we see people do this a lot to people, and it's not fair. Know your worth. Know your worth. And Arthur is expressing that. That guy treated me like absolute shit. Why on earth would I go out of my way to help him? Mary, you need to make more of an effort. You need to show me that I could rely on you for something. And I'm not going to do that, Ethan. I appreciate the suggestion to do that, but I'm not going to do that. We live with our decisions here. So there are plenty of other playthroughs of the game on YouTube where if people want to see what happens on that mission, if I say yes, you could go look that up. But for our playthrough, we said no. I'm not interested in knowing what happens. I can't. Integrity will not allow me to do that. I would have said yes if I wanted to know, but I don't want to know. I don't want to get involved with her. So. Ugh. We took a flyer and it didn't work out. It happens.
What are you waiting for?
Where are you, Jenny? What if Dad was sort of a neutral character instead of a shitty person? He's not. Right? Like, I mean, we could what if that to death. Like, what if, but, and here's why I'm reluctant to entertain what ifs here. Because if you get too far into what if land on stuff like this, that's exactly what Mary's trying to leverage in order to get us to do something. Right? Like, what if he changed? What if he did? I mean, you can make decisions on what ifs, and that's making decisions on unknown quantities. So yeah, I mean, if Arthur had said, yeah, your father was really good to me and he was a fine fellow, then yeah, maybe I say yes there because I care about her dad. At the same time, I would have liked it maybe if her dad reached out to me, but maybe he didn't feel like he could because of what Mary did. Right? It's maybe a little bit different. But the information that I have is that he was a piece of shit. So I'm going with that. Right? I'm going with what Arthur said. I'm not a huge fan of making decisions based on what ifs. I like known quantities. We'll never know what would have happened if we said yes, and I'm okay with that because I made the decision based on the information we had, not the information we don't have.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Yeah, no, absolutely, Smile Cat, and I appreciate that question. I appreciate the question. I love all of the dialogue that all of you have had with me around all of this stuff. This is a really cool. These conversations are really stimulating for me, and I hope they are for you guys too. You know, it's fascinating, and I'm not saying that my way is the right way. I'm just explaining where I come from on this stuff because, you know, one of the things that I talk with couples and relationships about as a therapist all the time is accountability and relational ethics, really. And I think that is an important part of the decisions that we make. I think it's important to include relationship dynamics and context and history in the decisions that we have.
Hey, we got a proposition for you.
Oh yeah, do you?
Here it is. Oh, you don't know what you got.
How about you guys kiss my ass?
Whoa, whoa, you done good.
Oh, really? Is that how we're gonna do this, boys? Idiot. You should never do nice things for people that have wronged you in the past. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I believe in personal growth. I believe that people change. I also think that it can be unsafe not to hold grudges. I think it's okay to hold grudges. I think it's okay to have boundaries. I think if a person made decisions that hurt you, you do not owe that person kindness just because that's what you should do. Now, if that's part of your moral code, if you believe that you should help people regardless of how they've treated you in the past, more power to you. But that's not always safe to do. What happens if we show up at this guy's house and he shoots us on sight? Right? Like we don't know that he would do that. And again, I'm not trying to go down into what if land, but if you have seen meaningful change in people and you make a decision based on your current information that is in your best interest to help this person because that's a decision that you want to make, go for it, right? I'm not saying that you shouldn't help people who have wronged you, but I am saying that you should absolutely take history and context into your decisions. You are not obligated to make any decision for anybody else. You don't have to do any of that. Also, thanks again for being here tonight, friends. Whether you've been here many times, whether you're new to the stream, it means a lot to me that you spend time with me. So thank you for making the effort to come out and hang out and talk with me through this. Oh. I gotta tell you though, man, navigating that stuff with Mary, I don't know about you guys, but it's tiring. It's draining. You know, making these decisions is not easy. Setting boundaries is hard. It's not easy. I know we talk about boundary setting all the time, but it's not easy to set boundaries, particularly with people that we have close emotional ties to. But it can be so important. It's a reflection of your self-worth to do that. Oh, I'm glad, Sammy. Glad to be helpful in some way. Oh god. All right, Levi.
Mr. Morgan.
Ooh, I gotta get stuff from now.
Still working, Mr. Strauss. What you been up to?
Trying to wrap up our accounts before we leave, Mr. Morgan.
So you'll be joining us in Tahiti?
I rather fancied Australia. A similar kind of people to us. Lots of opportunity.
Dutch tells me we're going to be ranchers.
Perhaps, but so far we have not raised many cattle.
No.
So, Mr. Morgan, will you help me finalize our business here?
This is filthy work.
We'll need money in Australia. For cattle and feed, I mean. Why flinch now? You never have done before.
I don't know.
Well, here they are. Some fishermen by the name of Davison, L.J. Davison, living in a place called Catfish Jackson near Scarlet Meadows.
A fisherman.
And that's it. We're a union built on that, you know.
Okay.
You know, I don't know that I'm going to do those at this point. We've done a few of them, and every time we've done them, it's felt crappy. I just don't. You know what? At this point, Strauss, if you want it, you go get it. Like, I just don't know if I can bring myself to do these two, because I agree with Arthur. Like, this is really shitty business. Like, it's... We're the predators here. We took the risk. You know, this is the same shit as when landlords were all up in arms because they had, you know, they had bought investment properties and then COVID hit and people couldn't pay rent. And then landlords are the ones that are crying about it. They're the ones, you assume the risk by taking on a property like that. It's the same thing here. We assume the risk by taking on these loans and by loaning these out. This is also why banks tend to be pretty strict about who they loan money to. And that can be problematic in other ways. But we lent out predatory loans. I don't know that I am invested in going and getting those back.
Yep.
You know, if I want to talk about, you know, integrity and boundaries, I got to live up to that. You know, like the same way we said no to Mary, I feel compelled to say no to Strauss. You know, like I don't know that I want.
Morning, Arthur.
I don't know that I want to do this for him. So let's see what Mary Beth's got.
Morning.
Hello, Mary Beth.
Oh, how are you, Arthur?
Fine. How are you?
Well, I'm well, I think. It's been quite a run we've had, but we're still alive.
So, no regrets?
Regrets for what?
Well, for joining this band of maniacs.
If you're a girl without means in this world, life is very scary. You boys cared for me before no one cared for me. Well, life weren't very nice, Arthur. Not after Mama got typhoid, and that was a long time ago.
Sure.
What about you? I heard you ran into that Mary girl.
Yep.
And?
Got me thinking how that all ended. Long time ago now.
What happened?
Well, she didn't love me enough, I guess. Or I wouldn't change.
Huh. Well, she was a fool then, Arthur.
Well, she put a lot of good years in on an outlaw. She definitely was a fool.
In these books, life seems so simple, but in reality, I can't make head nor tail of it.
Mr. Morgan! Mr. Morgan, we have a problem. A real problem. It's Tilly.
What?
She's been taken by them Foreman brothers she used to run with. Come along!
The Foreman brothers? What are they doing here?
Well, I don't know what they've been doing here, but I can tell you what they're going to be doing here. Dying.
Sure. Do we need more guns?
You and I can handle this, Arthur.
Where are we heading?
I'll tell you on the way. Just get going. All right.
Never quite what it seems, is it?
She's in Rhodes?
No. She's at a place called Bradley's house, just west of there.
How do you know?
When we first got here, she told me she was worried that our camp was near a safe house that gang she ran with used from time to time.
And you told Dutch?
No. She spoke to me in confidence. I suppose I didn't think it would be a problem.
And now it is.
Oh, yes.
What do they want with her anyway? I think I saw one of the foremans hassling her and Valentine.
Yes. They probably followed us down here. You don't know what happened? She killed one of them, for good reason, but clearly they don't see it that way.
Tilly?
Yes. Young Tilly Jackson isn't as sweet and innocent as you might think. But like I say, she was defending herself. She fled and fell in with us right after that. I just hope we can get to her in time.
It's not too far.
If they've touched a single hair on that girl's head, I will eviscerate the sons
Boy,
of
she's
bitches.
full mama bear.
You do care, Miss Grimshaw.
Of course I care. About all of you fools. Some just require a firmer hand than others. You especially. Anyway, talking of folks disappearing. Have you seen that boy Kieran since the party for Jack? Okay, I think that's the place up ahead.
Real quick. Again, it's another instance of people coming to Arthur. Arthur says, "Did you tell Dutch?" He says, "No, Tilly told me this in confidence. Why on earth would I tell Dutch?" Again, I appreciate Grimshaw's confidentiality there. I'm not suggesting that she should have told Dutch. She also didn't have to tell Arthur right now. It says a little something about trust for Arthur. Lack of trust in the leadership of Dutch, trust in the leadership of Arthur, trust that even though Arthur can be a pain in the ass, Arthur is somebody that she can share this information with and doesn't have to worry about where it goes. A man of integrity, so to speak. So I admire that she was willing to keep this close to the vest here. But also her disclosure of that to Arthur when she didn't really have to say it because we went with her, no questions asked, is also, I think, a testament to what she thinks of Arthur.
Yep.
Oh, can't you go any faster?
I think there's a guard.
I'll deal with him.
Howdy, sir. Here for your weekly delivery of milk.
Whoa.
Kind sir, we're lost and in need of some help.
Get out of here.
Oh, I see that kindly face of yours, and I know that for the right inducement, a gentleman such as yourself could be mighty kind.
Now get out of here.
Oh, now you keep saying that. But you don't mean nothing by
I
it.
said.
You said your last words. Well, what are you waiting for? Get in there and find our girl.
Holy shit.
I'll take that.
What the hell?
It don't matter what you thought. It's okay. All right, let's go.
Oh, come along, miss. Thank you, both of you.
What happened?
It was Anthony Foreman. He thinks he owns me.
I remember. Where is he?
He went out hunting or something. There were 5 of them, I think.
Well, we killed those fellas there.
There they are.
Come on.
Tilly, grab that gun. Anyone approaches, shoot them.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be just fine. Now catch that bastard. The one in front's the boss. Bring him back alive. I ain't done with him yet.
All right.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, she's doing the shooting. All right. Let's go.
There, straight ahead. I saw him go through those bushes. We're coming for you, you bastards! They're heading down there. Bill, to the water. You've got a couple more seconds to regret what you did. You got it. Oh, there they are by the shoreline.
Oh, the old campsite.
Are you out of your mind, lady? Yeah. Stay the hell away from us.
All right. I think that last one's the boss. Lasso him and we'll take him back to Tilly. Don't kill him yet. I want Tilly to have the last word on this bastard.
Come on, horse. Cooperate with me.
You're making a big mistake.
Go on. Rope that bastard.
I'm trying, Miss Grimshaw. The horse is not exactly cooperating with me this evening.
Get him, Arthur.
Can we at least, like, shoot the horse?
Don't let him get away.
Oh, my God. This is so irritating. Ugh. Come on, throw me a bone, Rockstar. Make him, like, trip over something. Or get tired. There we go.
Come here.
That's it. Now make sure you tie him up real good.
Open me like a damn steer. I'll kill you.
Quick, before he gives you the slip.
Come on.
Make these nice and tight.
All right, you bring that bastard back to Tilly so we can all have a nice little chat. I'm gonna head over there now to check she's okay.
With pleasure.
All right, sir. You don't have much of a good time ahead of you.
Okay, girl.
Do you have the first idea what you're getting into? I'm Anthony Foreman.
Well, thanks for the introduction, Anthony. Is that Foreman with an A? I want the Undertaker to spell it right.
Bastard. Who are you running with?
She didn't tell you?
She didn't tell me nothing. This rope is cutting into me.
Don't feel so good when you're the one tied up, does it?
She killed my goddamn cousin.
Oh, don't worry. You'll be seeing him soon enough.
What are you gonna do with me?
I ain't sure yet. Reckon I'll let Tilly decide what you deserve.
You're wasting your time with that girl. She's a liar. She'll screw you over like she did me. I should have shot the bitch yesterday like I said I would.
You just
Boundaries,
shut your
man.
mouth now, Anthony. I've heard enough.
Son of a bitch.
You gotta follow through with your boundaries, man. No, I'm not gonna smack him just because. I asked him to be quiet and he decided to be quiet. Why would I hit him?
Here's your man.
Bring him here.
All right, let's go.
Dump him on the ground here. I want to get a good look at this monster.
So he's still alive then?
Yes.
You see this girl? You leave her alone.
She killed my cousin.
Your goddamn cousin had it coming, Anthony Foreman!
I don't care if she shot your daddy and cooked your mama for breakfast. She's mine. She ate yours.
You know, a friend of mine, he always says, revenge is a fool's game. Now, you want all your boys dead? She had her reasons.
We was family, Tilly Jackson.
You Foreman boys ain't no kind of family I want.
Kill him, Arthur!
You want that?
I want him to go away and tell the remaining of his cousins and the clowns he rides with to leave me alone.
Now, you think you can do that, Anthony? Or should I slit your throat and just save us all the bother?
I'll leave you alone. History is done.
History is never done.
All
It's your
right.
call, Arthur. But I'd slit his throat. Go
Doing
on.
what- No, I'm doing what Tilly said.
All right, you.
Come on. Let's get you home. Yeah!
Now get out of here.
That was Tilly's call to make, not Miss Grimshaw's. Super interesting though, right? Like, again, people have their reasons for doing stuff. Also, I'm not advocating for stealing Tilly and tying her up and shit. Okay? I'm not advocating for that. However, there is a difference between revenge and consequences and accountability. So, it's... report it to the well, no, never mind. I can't tell a black man in 1899 to report it to the police. That ain't gonna work. I get why he didn't report it to them. You know, it's like the same kind of conversation we had during The Last of Us. Like, it's got to stop somewhere. Somebody has to make the decision to let it go. And if it's us here, we spare him. We save Tilly. We spare him. He goes and runs back, says, "Don't mess with him anymore." Good enough. Good enough. Appaloosa.
Yeah, good girl. Yeah.
Well, I guess I could take you back. You are pretty. Jen A isn't here, so. Yeah, why not? Let's take you back. Let's take you back to camp.
Yeah.
Jen A's back at camp, DL, because we took a like a cart to get here. We didn't take Jen A, so she's just chilling back at camp. I mean, I'll give this horse to Tilly. Jen A's my girl. I ain't leaving Jen A.
Hey! Over here! Over here! Please, friend. You gotta help me out here. Come on, please. I'm about done here. If I don't get these shackles off soon, I'm a goner. Please.
This is crazy.
Just shoot the shackles. One bullet. That's all.
There you go.
Oh, thank God. Oh, well, I've waited to hear that noise for so long.
Yeah, I bet.
I wish I could give you some money or, well, you know, I might have something of interest. You know Ansburg? Well, some la-di-da rich folks bought up a little cabin up north of there. Very remote. You get me?
You sure I'm the right person for this sort of information?
I ain't saying nothing. Do with it what you will.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Find our way back to camp.
Who goes there?
Just me.
Whoa, whoa.
Good to see you back in one piece.
I don't know what this horse is doing, but okie dokie. You all right there, Chief?
Good job, girl.
Happens a lot, doesn't it? We've had a lot of horses do that. We got some very interesting horses.
There's ghosts in your head, Reverend.
Man, what a night. And I do reckon that it has been a couple nights since we played some poker.
Who wants to play some poker? Count me in.
Yeehaw! Let's go.
You won't be taking this personally, will you?
Buy me in, fellas. Gather around. Let's play.
Rumbling in my stomach, something
Let's
fierce.
play. What do we got here? 7 kings suited.
All right, I called.
I'll go ahead and check that out. Let's get the dub here tonight, chat. Queen 4-5. Gut shot, straight draw with a king high. Strauss bets 4 cents. I'll bet 4 cents. Ooh. We get a straight with a 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll check.
Yeah.
Ace on the river, 7 cents. You probably got better than I got, so we're gonna fold out.
Uh-huh. Of course.
Well done, Strauss. You son of a bitch.
You know, Strauss, I think you're tougher than you look.
I'll try to take that as a compliment. I wasn't raised by outlaws, but life wasn't easy for me growing up. Robbing and selling back to where it came from.
The young
4 or 5 in the small blind. I'll call that. Why not? For 1 cent.
Pretty good at it.
I've no doubt.
Check from Uncle. Well, give me some. 6-8 queen. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we get a 7, we got ourselves a straight. So let's go ahead and throw some money down. Show him we got a little something. Maybe make him think we got the queen. He calls 2 cents. Strauss is out. A 9 does nothing for us. We need the 7. Check.
How about we do this?
Uncle throws 6 cents. Do I want to pay 6 cents at the shot of getting a 7 on the river? Why not? That sucks. I got nothing. Absolutely nothing. He throws anything in, yep, I'm out. I gotta fold this. Jeez. No dice.
Look at that.
Your boy's the short stack. We need better cards. Alright, what do I got? 4-7 offsuit. That's garbage.
Nah.
Pulled out on that.
Be too big for you.
This will do. Woo-hoo! There must have been other variables.
Look at that.
Garbanzo beans. Look at Uncle with that big fat take.
Oh, that was horrible.
Until next time.
Strauss is out, so now I gotta go heads up with... We're going heads up with Uncle. And he's got... way more chips than I got. Yeah, Ellie, if you gotta walk the dog, go for it. Alright, what do we got here? 8 and 9? I'll bet that.
Yippers.
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
a check.
Give me a pair. Oh! Give me a 10, I got a straight. Come on, Uncle.
That's all I got.
Now here's a respectable bet.
Oh boy, this could be
My
quick.
guess is you're bluffing.
This could be quick. Come on, give me a 10.
Let's take this up a little, shall we?
26 cents on the hope that I get a 10 on the river.
Shit. Uh-huh. Yeah, it works.
This ain't great. We've been sitting on a lot of almost.
Oh, that's too bad.
Do us both a favor. Shut up.
Ugh. Something worth going all in on. 2-7 offsuit. Literally the worst starting hand in poker.
I'm liking this.
Okie dokie.
Well, that's a little something.
Oh, man. Chad, I should have done another mission. Should have done another mission.
Witnesses to an Uncle Wit.
Come on, baby. What do I got? 2-8 offsuit. That ain't any better.
Check.
Trips 8s. Come on. Pairs the 8. Of course I pair the 8. Of course I pair the 8. Let's go.
I better go all in.
Gonna lose all that right quick.
Have a look.
Ooh, that smarts a bit.
He's got a flush draw.
Looking up, amigo.
Don't you dare give me a spade. 6 is good.
Yes.
Eh!
Dang it. How'd I lose to that?
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes. Pair of 8s. And I was going to fold that out. All right, Uncle. All right, Uncle. 7-9.
Check.
Another one. Another straight draw. Although I got one on both ends now, so I got a jack or a 6 gets me a straight. Come on, Uncle.
I reckon all in.
Come on, Uncle.
Mighty big cojones on you.
Hey, all right, on the straight draw. He's got 8s and 4s. Well, that sucks ass. I need the straight. Come on.
Better win this.
Come on. Jack or a 6. Jack or a 6.
Looking good.
Well, I guess I ain't beating that.
Yeah, it works.
Unbelievable.
Reckon I'm finished here. Thank you.
On that note, thank you for watching episode 20 of the playthrough. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Appreciate you taking the time to come out tonight. Please consider becoming a member by hitting the join button. It's very much appreciated. And I look forward to catching you on episode 21. We'll be out soon.